Alright, hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back to another video of Roman history. Before we start, I would just really like you in the comments to say, like, if you like this or not, or if you've, if you enjoy these videos, because I've been noticing, like, lowered viewership on these compared to my other ones. So please, just if you don't like a video, just say so in the comments. Anyway, let's get started. Last time, which you should probably watch if you need context, last time we talked about, the sack of Veii, and how the Romans were really great people that beat up all their enemies, and the dictator Furius Camillus. This week, we're going to talk about what happened afterward. So, here I've got a map of the entirety of Europe. Let's pretend down here these are the Romans in Rome, and, they're just sitting, they're chilling, they're happy over the victory over the Etruscans, and they're feeling good. And guess what happens next? I'll supersize this guy again. Yeah, they're just feeling good, they're do, and all of a sudden, these guys, they're like, dun dun dun, it is us, the enemies of Rome, we're going to destroy you. And, you may be wondering, how did this happen? Well, you see, this country over here, in case you didn't know, is called France. Just a side note, just a little bit of context. And now France was originally called Gaul, which was the name given to it by the Romans, but the original inhabitants of Gaul were not actually Romans. They were Celts, which were a people that also you may know if they live in Ireland, in Catalonia, which I think that's where it is. Please tell me if I'm wrong, and a couple of other places. And anyway, the Celts were a migratory people, which means they roamed around, hurting other people badly. And, in this particular case, a tribe of Gauls called the Senones, were basically on the warpath against the Romans. Now, there were Gauls in Italy, so basically, near the Po River, in northern Italy, there were Gauls, so just pretend the area shaded here is just Gauls, okay? Gauls in this area. Now, as you can see, this guy, who we'll call the chief of the Gauls, his name is Brennus. Now, Brennus is pretty ticked off because, you see, in the last episode, the reason why Veii was taken so easily, I guess you could call it, even though it wasn't taken that easily, was because the other Etruscan cities weren't able to offer help. And it's because of this guy, Brennus, and he was attacking the other Etruscan cities in northern Italy. So now he's like, hey, how come that southernmost Etruscan city wasn't there for me to take? Oh, it's because these nerds took it. I'm going to fight you. And that is the lead up to the story that I'm going to tell you now. Now, just for a little bit more context before we talk about the major event that happened, you may think this has come out of left field, but you see this box with the L in it. Now, pretend this box is the Roman Legion, so the Roman army, and this box does not normally come out, the Romans just keep it in storage, they keep it in the basement, in the back corner, whatever, and they don't think they need to use it all that much. Now, occasionally, there's some people, some porch pirates or burglars or whatever, that want to steal all the boxes inside Rome's basement. So, they take out whatever's inside this box, L, which is soldiers, and they send the soldiers out to, fight their enemies. They also do this when they want more boxes of their own. Now, the thing about it is, it takes time to unpack the box and set everything up, so generally Rome had to prepare a lot for wars. In this case, this is like Rome just is repacking the soldiers in the box, congratulating themselves on a job well done, and as they're putting the box back in the basement, Brennus the Porch Pirate comes in and decides to destroy them and steal the box. Now, that's some context for what's going to happen now. You see, Brennus was supposedly invited by an Etruscan from the city of Clusium, so that he could take revenge on the Romans. Now, Brennus was like, ooh, free money, and obviously took this opportunity to destroy the Romans. And he just basically decided to, first he tried to parley with the Romans just so that they paid him a bunch of money so that he didn't have to spend any effort. And negotiations went well initially, until apparently there was a battle with some Gauls and some Romans, and the Roman ambassadors took part in the battle, and so Brennus got real mad. So let's say this is Brennus, real mad, and he decided to sack the city of Rome itself, an event that was never tried again until the 460s by the Visigoths. You've got Brennus, he's marching on the city, but could there be a defense? No, because, as I said, the Romans were still packing the legion box back into their basement. Of course, there were a couple of troops, they were like, yeah, we will defend the city. Oh god, are those Gauls? And they just ran away. This is technically known as the Battle of the Allia, but it wasn't much of a battle. It was more of a massacre, because the Romans couldn't get their standing army up in time to defeat the Gauls. So that's why the Romans got trounced. They got trounced in battle. The only soldiers they had ready to use at this time were defeated. And you know what Brennus did next? He marched into Rome. So I'm just going to make him larger, and he marched into Rome. He marched into Rome and started whacking on it really hard, even the Vandals, the Vandals were the people where we get the term vandalism from their brutal sack of Rome, would have been amazed at how he punched it and beat it up. And finally, he even sieged the Roman capital. And finally, when Rome was broken and bleeding and the city was in pretty bad shape, he decided to negotiate for a ransom. According to some legends, our boy Camillus from the last episode, who got exiled because he was too supportive of the patricians, he comes back and pretend this is Camillus, and he says, oh yeah, we'll get out of here, and then he beats them up once they're outside the city. But according to the real historical record, that didn't happen, and probably what happened is Brennus just wanted to not spend much more effort and do other stuff. So basically what probably happened is Rome was like, no, please no more, we'll pay you some money. And Brennus was like, I only take card. And the Romans were like, wait a minute, I got my Amex here somewhere. Oh yeah, here you go. Shpoop. And Brennus was like, well, the card didn't decline, so off I go. And apparently, according to the historical record, he served as a mercenary for some Greek dudes in Sicily, and didn't do much else before eventually collapsing. So, yeah. So, basically, Brennus died. Probably of natural causes, possibly because Camillus killed him, but that's doubtful. And that was the first and only sack of Rome in a gajillion years. Actually in like 700, I'd say. But yeah, the sack of Rome. I'm going to put that in the thumbnail and the title because that's really something. That's a major event. It's not often that Rome gets sacked. Alright, and the next thing we're going to be talking about is more plebe petition tensions, as if the previous episodes weren't boring enough already. You see, long, long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, that is, realm, this guy named, Marcus Manlius, he was a wealthy patrician, and, when the Gauls attacked, so, like, pretend this line is a Gaul, and they were like, "Here, you're stupid, get her, he supposedly he valiantly defended the Capitoline Hill from the marauding Gauls, and, basically acted as a rallying point for all the soldiers still in the city to fight with, so, and obviously eventually the Gauls were bribed to get out, and, now we talk about something very important. So for his bravery, Marcus Manlius was granted the surname Capitolinus. And, obviously, his surname was not your text here. And, so he was pretty proud of his achievement. But all the glory for it went to, guess who? Lucius Camillus, who, again, may or may not have actually been involved, but certainly got all the glory from the plebes. And he got honor upon honor, and he was, like, pretend this is a pile of gold, and he got, like, basically super, super loved by everyone. Everyone, that is, except Manlius. And Manlius was like, "Bruh, the hill in which I defended Rome was a lot taller than your heap of gold that everyone has gotten you as an award. You know what? I'm really mad. I'm going to switch allegiances." And so he did. So from being a dyed-in-the-wool conservative patrician, he now started supporting the plebes, and advocating for reform, kicking out the current patricians, and basically being extremely radical. And so, the patricians, and by the patricians we might be able to assume that Camillus was a central figure, decided that, hey, this guy Manlius is threatening us, and it might actually work. So, you know what? Let's say that he committed crimes against the state, and treason and stuff. So they decided to try him, and basically, whenever one of the prosecuting patricians tried to get a word in, Manlius was like, "Bruh, do you literally see that thing right there? How could I have committed treason if I defended that place so well? You can still see it. It's untouched. Bruh, you can't even do this." And, the patrician's like, "Well, you see, we have evidence that Capitoline Hill, shut up, you don't get to say anything. But Capitoline Hill, shh!" And, so eventually the patricians, read Camillus, came up with a clever idea. Just move the trial away from the Capitoline Hill. So then, popular support for Capitolinus waned, and they were basically like, yeah, boo, see, you can't even use your shut-up tactic anymore. So, then they decided to finally execute him by throwing him from the Tarpeian Rock, which was a rock in the city, like, that was really tall, and, ironically, was right next to the Capitoline Hill. So, Marcus Manlius was killed just a couple of feet away from where he achieved his greatest triumph. So, there he goes. He took a stage dive. And Camillus was feeling pleased with himself. He once again asserted patrician power over the helpless plebes, and the plebes are all noobs, and shut up, I don't care, and yeah, and, you know, I bet he probably teabagged Manlius's corpse. Anyway, the next thing that happened, however, just destroyed all of his efforts. It just did a bunch of stuff, and it forever changed the nature of Rome.